We're coming. You're like a donkey.
Edmund, where are you taking me?
To best time.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Just choose your t-shirt size.
Oh, I see.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So the scheduled events for today, what's going on right now is the information fair. The welcome session will start at 10, followed by the academic sessions, and then the afternoon sessions are listed here if you want to go to those.
Right.
To find where to sit for the welcome session, you can go on this page, look at your intended major, and then find the building and roles you corresponds to. And there's also a map of campus in the back if you need it. Okay. Your bag is going to have your voucher for today, as well as $25 in bookstore bucks to spend. There's that for you.
Thank you.
So I would generally recommend that you either double major or minor, or not both. If it's inside the college of business, the difference.
So here we've been actually standing there for way longer than you think. And Josie went off to go look at the forensics section, and I had to sit and wait for the guy to stop yapping to that one girl. But I finally got him to stop.
And those kinds of things as well. So,
Thank
absolutely.
you so much. Hi. Okay, I have a friend who is asking about if she wanted to major in marketing and minor in management, what kind of careers would see students going into with that?
So that's our most common double major in the College of Business. The difference between a major in marketing and a minor in management, or a double major, is 2 classes.
Okay.
So there's 2 extra classes, you get 2 degrees instead of a major and a minor.
Oh, interesting.
That might be something to consider.
Okay.
On the marketing side, we have folks who go into social media, sales, digital analytics. There are quite a few different tracks you can go into. We offer electives in a variety of different areas there to sort of choose a track. On the management side, several different disciplines. We have folks who go into HR, operations management, project management. So there are quite a few different tracks you can choose in.
Okay. What would you say is the job placement rate for marketing versus management?
So right now, in the last year or so, the job placement rates have been very high across the board. I think right now, the last I saw, it's somewhere in the 85 to 90% range.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that gives you sort of a general idea. Those are the last numbers I saw. I don't remember when that was, but those are the last numbers I saw.
With like marketing classes, what would you expect going into it?
What I would generally suggest students do is to go into the intro class without expectations, because a lot of people choose a degree program just based off of the title. But the intro class is going to walk you through all the different sub areas, right, that you might want to go into. So I would say be open-minded. You might love sales. Okay. You might love analytics and right now we're doing quite a bit in marketing with AI and marketing, right? You might be interested in social media. So I would say just sort of be open-minded, look at these different sort of sub-disciplines and see which one kind of speaks to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Absolutely, thanks for stopping by.
So here I'm starting to get a little nervous because I'm supposed to sit with the business people, but I'm worried I'm going to sit in the wrong group and be lost. Is this where marketing will be? It's going to be on the left side. Okay, thank you. but I think I'm with the business people here. It kind of seems like it's pretty full. And then there's this one guy in front of me, and his freaking cologne is insane, burning my nose hairs. And I'm like, yeah, this is the business section.
Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? We are so glad you're here. My name is Mike Langford. I'm Associate Vice Chancellor of Enrollment Services here. Thank you for coming. We decided to turn the temperature down a little bit this morning. It was 80 degrees here yesterday. But since we're going to have you walking around, we want to turn the temperature down just a little bit. But we are so glad you're here. We want to welcome you to Open House. It's going to be an exciting day. We're not going to be here long. We got some other stuff going on this afternoon here in the Ramsey Center. And I'd like to invite you to explore Cully. Cully has a very unique name. It's a Cherokee name. It denotes Judaculla's place. Judaculla was a folk character in the Cherokee Nation folklore that was was the one that taught them wisdom and taught them education. So I want to read a short introduction and a land destination for here that we have. The Western Carolina University campus is situated within the ancestral homelands of the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. At WCU, our work seeks to embrace and connect to the Cherokee landscape as we work to reinforce our mission at WCU. We will work to actively engage our community within the extraordinary Indigenous identity and culture of this special place. And this place does hold special meaning and promise, and we're going to spend the day introducing you to the true educational value that we have here in these mountains. But before we spend that day introducing you to our home, I want to learn a little bit more about you guys sitting here in the stands. So if I say anything that resonates with you, I want you to stand, okay? So we're gonna I know some of you actually came up the steps when the Rocky theme song was playing. I saw you like run and do the Rocky song. So if you need that much, we won't do that much exercise here. But so let's start here. How many seniors, if you're in the class of 2026, if you will stand, if you are a senior, let's not let senioritis kick in too quick. We still need those final transcripts, everybody, to keep working hard. But thank you for coming. All right, have a seat. All right, how many underclassmen, freshmen, sophomores, juniors, you're starting to get an early look here at Western. You're thinking, before you have to send applications in, you're getting a look to see if we're good. Awesome, thank you. Thank you for coming. Any potential transfer students, you're looking to transfer in, you're coming from either a community college or another four-year institution, but this is your first chance to come and see us today. All right, thank you. Okay, this one's always fun for me. If you're from out of state, I want you to stand up. And then I need to hear your state you're from, but I'm not going to be able to hear you all at one time, but let's see how good my hearing is this morning. Just start yelling out some states. South Carolina, Pennsylvania. I heard of Colorado somewhere. I heard Michigan. Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. Where? Tennessee. Anywhere else? Texas, New York. I didn't hear that last one. Virginia. Arizona. Anybody further west than Arizona? Nope. All right, sounds like the Arizona. Last time I had somebody from Germany, so that's why I'm asking. So that would be the other direction. That'd be easy. All right. Awesome. It is so good. We're going to do a little geography lesson for the out-of-state students, though, because North Carolina is a very long state. It takes you a good day to drive the whole state. So North Carolina, I'm going to divide the state up, so think about where you live for a second, North Carolinians, and I'll help you out a little bit. So let's start. If you are east of I-95, so think the coast, all the way over, you're going from like Raleigh, let's go east of Raleigh. Anybody from East Raleigh, stand up. Wow. Some of you actually had to drive further than some of the out-of-state students. So we appreciate you coming. Hopefully you didn't just drive this morning. Hopefully you got a hotel and spend the night. Thank you. Y'all can have a seat. All right, next. If you are north or south of the Research Triangle, Raleigh area, my hometown, I'm from Raleigh. So anybody north or south of Raleigh, stand up. You went all the way up, Oxford, those areas, down through Southern Pines. Awesome. Oh, people starting to see people that know each other. All right, thank you. Y'all have a seat. All right, Triad, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, Asheboro, Ramseur, I'll think of other small cities. Y'all stand up. Sweet. All right, thank y'all. Y'all have a seat. Okay, Greater Charlotte, let's do it. This is usually the bigger one. What? There's gotta be some more. Okay, Waxhaw, Union County, like all those places. Everybody stand up? Yep. Thank you. All right, y'all have a seat. All right, like 321 corridor, all the way from like Gastonia, all the way up to Boone, Hickory, Lincolnton, what else? Hudson, those areas. Did I forget anything? Gastonia, Belmont. All right. Thank you. Y'all have a seat. And then Asheville West. Anybody that's here from Western North Carolina area, y'all stand up. The hometown. Y'all didn't have to leave too early. Y'all probably the last people to get there because you're what you said. Oh, we get there in like 10 minutes, right? All right. Thank y'all for coming. I got a few more people I want to make stand up. And we're going to do this, so if you are a parent or a guardian, if you brought somebody here today, would you please stand up? Thank you for making it possible. We are glad that you are here. Thank you for bringing your student or your special person with you to the campus that y'all can have a seat. Another fun group. If this is your first time ever stepping foot on Western Carolina's campus, would you stand up? How many people, this is your first visit here? All right, we're glad you're here. So, it might be a little bit cooler today, but at least we kept the rain off. The rain is not going to dampen our day today. All right, special group here. If you are a WCU alum, would you stand up? We decided to change the campus a little bit. You may not know where everything is, but if you are a Western Carolina Catamount alum, would you please stand? All right, thank you very much. Anybody in purple will help you get to those. Well, we took down a few buildings probably since some of you were here. We'll tell you where the new stuff is. You see the people in purple this afternoon. And there's another kind of alumni on the record. If you are a active duty or a veteran, would you please stand? I want to thank you for your service. I thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you a little bit. We want you to get to know us today. I'm going to come back up here, but right now I'd like to introduce Dr. William Moultrie, Vice Chancellor of Enrollment Management and Student Success here at Western.
Hey. Good morning. Can we get a little bit louder? Good morning. There we go. There we go. On behalf of this incredible student body, this amazing faculty and staff, I want to welcome you all to the Color We Valley. We are so happy that you took some time out of your weekend to come and spend a little bit of time with us, to get to know our campus community, get to know our campus, our people, and our programs. Listen, we truly believe that this is a special place, and I really think it's neat, the relationship that we have with the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians. So this area was a place of learning for thousands of years, and in keeping up with that tradition, we do that here today at Western Carolina University. So, why are we here? If there are only 3 things that you take away from it, and I really hope y'all take away a little bit more than 3 things, I want y'all to keep in mind that we represent an excellent educational value. We offer a dynamic and holistic collegiate experience, and we practice here what we like to call engaged learning, where learning takes place both inside and outside the classroom. Now, in today's times, let me switch pace a little bit. Literally anything can happen at any place and at any time. And we truly believe that we are a safe campus, but we want to be upfront that sometimes things happen. Let me give you all an example. So a few years ago, y'all see that little black cub out there on the Jumbotron? That black cub was found a little near the counterfeit, which is near the center of campus. And students found out about that bear was on campus, and they ran to it, and they took pictures of it, they held it, took selfies. And y'all, I'm from South Georgia. So all the parents and guardians that are in the audience, can you guess what's the first thing I thought about? Where is Mama Bear? Oh my goodness. But we want you all to know that we are a safe campus. And safety is really important to us. So we have our annual safety report that's posted on our website, and we invite you to peruse that at your leisure. Read up about all the things that are going on this campus. Crime happens on any campus, on all campuses in America, but we want to be upfront with you about that, and we want you to know. So, another thing, while you all are here, I am going to do something that you probably won't hear at other universities that you go to. A lot of other people will give you reasons why you need to come visit their campus. I'm going to give you reasons why not to come to Western Carolina University. But I need your help. So parents and guardians and alumni, especially alumni, I want you to be a little louder. Let's practice something. When I do this 3 times, I want you to repeat after me and say, "Don't come here." I'm not going to ask you to stand up because I know some of your knees probably ain't what they used to be. So, on 3, when I do this, 1, 2, 3. Don't come here. Y'all can be a little bit louder than that. Trust me, y'all can be a little bit louder. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Don't come here. Perfect. So the first thing, if you are not going to wear purple and gold, then please don't come here. Listen, y'all. If you decide to enroll at Western Carolina University, don't show up wearing that Wolfpack red. Leave them pups at the pound, y'all. Don't show up wearing any shade of RDU blue. We don't care. And please, 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 if you want to wear that tacky black and gold, y'all, just don't come here. Now, don't get me wrong. These are excellent academic institutions. But here at WCU, we are proud and wear our purple and gold boldly. So if you are interested in wearing the purple and gold and keeping up with that Catamount spirit, maybe this is the place for you. Number 2, if you are intolerant and closed-minded, please don't come here. We want you to engage in debate and discourse. And here, we're not going to always agree, but we want you to be free to have those respectful dialogues and conversations. I am showing you up here a page from our campus community. On our campus community, we have what we call our campus themes. Last year and this year, we focus around Western Carolina mountain life. So here, we engage in many programming where we get to know the area. Something else I want to let you know. It is not our job to tell you what to think. It is our job to present to you a variety of ideas and topics and allow for you to decide for yourself what makes sense and how you want to apply that in your daily lives. Point number 3, and I have 7 points. If you need to live in a big city, please don't come here. So, if you need to look out your residence hall and see skyscrapers and things of that nature, we ain't got it here. But what we do have is a different type of skyscraper. These beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains that we live in, that we have an opportunity to wake up and see every day. So if this sounds like the type of student experience that you're looking for, then maybe consider us. If you are a first-year student that wants to commute to campus with the exception of a few, please Y'all getting a little bit dry on that, don't come here now. But we require our first year students to live, our first year students in their first and second academic year to live on campus. Come be a part and live in our excellent residence hall. A great way to learn not only about yourself, but also the people around you and the perspective of the world is to come and stay in our residence hall. Where are we? If you want to be treated like a number, please. You all, if you want super big classrooms and where professors treat you like a number and they don't even know your names and things of that nature, this is not the campus for you. Many of our classes are small and intimate. We don't have many 100-section labs or courses. Our faculty will make an effort to get to know you by name and also understand what you are all about, both inside and outside the classroom. Number 6, come on y'all, if you need to be close to a beach to make your college life complete, please. Yeah, I think the closest beach isn't even in North Carolina, if I'm being honest with you. But if you are interested in getting out into these Great Smoky Mountains, getting on rafting with our base camp Colorway, or even having a local tradition where we clean up some of our local rivers, then this might be the place for you. And that water that's probably splashing in his mouth is definitely a little less salty than those beaches. Number 7, my last point, and I need for you all to really, really give me the energy here, especially parents and guardians. If you think high quality means high tuition, then please. We are proud to be a North Carolina Promise institution, meaning that for in-state students, the tuition that you will pay is only $500 a semester. Y'all might not hear me because can y'all? Meaning the in-state tuition that you will pay is only $500 a semester. So, I've given a few reasons, and I haven't seen anybody walk out yet, so I guess that's a good thing. But hopefully, if I haven't scared you off, then maybe, just maybe, Western Carolina University is the place that you want to spend your collegiate experience. And hopefully after today, once you've had the opportunity to walk around this campus, to visit with our faculty, to talk to our students, then you will be willing to do what we affectionately refer to as living Western. Y'all, we wouldn't admit you into this institution if we didn't believe that you had the potential to walk across that graduation stage in this very arena within 4 short years. We believe in you. And if you feel like you are a good fit, we will welcome you to be a part of this Catamount community. You will make amazing memories. You will get to know our campus traditions. You can get out in the Great Smoky Mountains. You can see our beautiful surroundings. You can also participate in some of our homecoming carnivals that we have. And if all this sounds great to you, and this is the total college experience that you are looking for, then I will hope that you will consider joining our student body in the fall and being the class of 2020-30 coming in the fall of 2026. Y'all, I want to thank you really, really quickly for your time and attention, and as always, please, go Cats.
Thank you, Dr. Moultrie. Like I said, we don't want you to spend a bunch of time in here today. We want to get you out on the campus. We want you to see the academic facilities and take those campus tours and taste the food. We want you to see that this is the place where you could end up and you could be and spend a couple of years with us. So we're going to do a couple things here, wrap up, and then we're going to do a very organized exit out of the space. So if you'll remain seated, we'll go through the program first. And do that. So if everybody will pull out your program, and we can go through it real quick. We're obviously here in the Ramsey Center. Academics are going to come first, just like everything else here. We do, so we'll get a little feedback, but you will exit here in just a second. So make sure, start gathering your belongings and kind of keep those kind. You are not coming back here. There's going to be a wrestling match fundraiser going on this afternoon with some high schools, so this will be totally overtaken, so don't leave anything here. We're getting ready to exit. We're going to go to the academic forums. You should be seated in sections, and we'll dismiss you in just a second, and we'll explain everything and how to do that. If you have an area that you're thinking like, oh, I can do this or this, I'm going to ask you to pick one because we can't move you between places. Or if you team with enough people, divide and conquer. A couple of you go to one and somebody else goes to make sure that you can share information later about those academic areas. But pick one, that's where you'll go. If you are in the most popular major in America, undecided, we're going to talk. I'm going to talk to you. I'll see you over in the University Center in just a little bit and talk about how we work with students that are figuring out which area they want to go. And if some of you are like, oh, I thought I want to do this, but I may want to hear that too, you're more than welcome to join that. Just listen for the open academic forum session when we release that. All right, everybody, look around. There's a lot of you. Dining is open, but if you all go at one time, there's going to be a really long line. So, but there's many places in the courtyard that you can go to. The cafeteria is open on the upper floor, the bottom floor. Those places will be open, which are like Rich and Moe's. Chick-fil-A is not open today. Sorry, we can't do a run on Chick-fil-A, so it's not open. But every student got a meal ticket. Make sure you have your meal ticket. Don't lose your meal ticket. Your meal is paid for. Yes, you can use cash and or card for your meal. Campus tours will depart from that center part of campus around the catafalque. When it's out there, you'll see tents. They're on page 8. You'll see the location of the different tents. There's 2 different residence halls where the majority of first-year students are housed. They are separate tours, so if you want to look at the rocks, you'll need to get in that line. Boston Blue Ridge, you'll need to get in that line. And you can go and see inside both of the residence halls, or you can do both, so you know what options are. Just know there are other options on campus of living, but those 2 are the ones that we can actually get you into today. And talk about that. There are some afternoon sessions. Here's some other things. Think of the afternoons as like that for parents and guardians. If you've been to a conference and you have concurrent sessions going on, you don't have to always go to the first one, but make sure you kind of plan out your day. There's 2 financial aid and scholarship sessions. Those sessions are a little bit longer than the other ones. They're 45-minute sessions. So if you don't want to go to the first one, the second one is an option for you. The campus recreation center is open. And then at the end of the day, thank you all for following our parking directions and parking in the parking garage. Obviously, it's a little bit of a walk. Our cap trains, we have 2 stops that will drive you back over, so you don't have to walk all the way back from the center part of campus over. So you can get those at the top of the steps where the catafalque is. We can point you to that, or between courtyard dining and the rocks. There will be a bus pickup to bring you back here. Let's see. The other sessions are listed there. There is a lot of people. Just know we will make sure everybody gets to see the residence halls. Usually that line backs up the most. So we will not just stop doing them at a certain time this afternoon, but get in line and be in line by 3 o'clock and make so we can make sure we get everybody to the residence halls before we have to stop getting those tours. Let's see. I think that's it for there. We are going to start with the last thing. Students, we should have gotten bookstore bucks. Those are some very high dollar things that you can go use in the bookstore. They're only good today. So if you came and you didn't look at the weather and like, I really need a sweatshirt, there might be a sweatshirt over there for you, something like that. You can use those bucks, but they're only good today. Please don't lose it. We will not replace that $25 voucher that you've got. So if you've lost it, I'm sorry, but that's something that that's for you and you only today. I think that's it. It looks like we're ready to depart. So we're going to depart. I'm going to say sections, and then we'll go wherever. There's one group. You should be sitting right here. If you are a nursing student, you're going to sit up and
Okay, so as they call the business section, of course I drop everything from my freaking bag on the freaking ground, and I'm like struggling to pick it up because everybody's leaving and I'm gonna be behind. So I'm freaking out. But I made it, and I ended up walking with the rat lady. So it's okay. This is just gonna be a montage of what I saw walking, because really it was way longer than this. It was really, really awkward. Only two people in front of me were talking to each other, and I was just, kind of recording the scenery, so here you go. Right here, they stop us and they're calling off different sections under the business. So right now I'm just waiting for them to call marketing, which they did.
We're on the first floor now.
Oh.
No stairs for us.
So you're going to be down home the next day.
Yeah,
We'll wait till then. Okay.
time, we'll be done. I haven't done this so many times, believe me.
I know.
So I will tell you, we'll be done before then. You can walk around campus and whatever you want to do. Okay, but officially, is that lunch after this?
After this, y'all can do whatever you want. Students have free meal vouchers, so I don't recommend all of y'all going to lunch at the same time, or else that's all you're gonna do. So I recommend, we do have on our little booklet that we gave y'all, there is one time-sensitive event that is how to pay for college, a concert about FAFSA and stuff like that, scholarships, which there is one at 12:30, I believe, and one at 1:30. So you can attend that if you would like. There's also just other events that are going on in our university center that you can just walk in and you can look around. You also have $25 bookstore bucks. So get yourself something nice and purple, because everyone looks beautiful in purple. So I say do that. Some of y'all can go eat, it's not everyone. Space it out.
I'll just give them a couple of minutes. And sometimes I guess if people come a little bit later, and then we'll get started. I'll answer all your questions. I used to be a department head for quite a while. I was the director of the center. So I was one who had to also be over there at 9 in the morning. So you may have had a lot of your questions already answered. So I'll give you a little bit of information and then just see what you want to know. I don't want to repeat a lot of stuff you may have already been told. Okay. This is marketing. I'm Jim DeConnick. It's my 23rd year here at the university. I primarily teach in the sales area. I spent 10 years in the industry. I worked for NCR Corporation, a small company. By the way, I started off with a company called Sears. Ever heard of Sears? Something you tell your parents. As soon as I was actually a supervisor. I started there part-time working on a dock, and I became the supervisor. And of course, they're now pretty much out of business. They may have one store left in the whole country, I think. Okay, but they're gone. But when we were there, I was there, we were the #1 retailer. Okay, and then I worked in the warehouse distribution area. Okay, so basically though, I've been here 23 years. So I primarily teach in the sales area, some basic principles courses. So that's what we do. Now I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit, I assume, I'm gonna start out with all of you. Again, I don't want to repeat stuff. What do you want to know from me? Given I've been here so many years, I live in Waynesville, not here, and because I kind of like go to Asheville some. What do you want to know about our university? Anything, or I can just give you more facts? Okay, a lot of good questions here. Usually it's the parents who always ask me the questions. How many are thinking about Western because of NC Promise, that $500 tuition? The reason I say it, when I ask my students their own classes, that was a big deal why they came here. Especially if you look at other states, it's unbelievable the cost of tuition. Now obviously the $500 doesn't cover your room and board and everything else. The $500 is guaranteed, you may have been told that, but it's guaranteed by the state. We're one of 4 universities where that happens. But and they can't raise that price for the time you're here. They can raise price though on everything else. Okay, room and board and everything, so that is not set. And I will show you, like every university, guess what? You're gonna see some increases. But your tuition is fixed. That has been a big deal. In fact, I'll give you an example. Our online business degree has grown tremendously in the last 5 years. Part of the reason they also get $500. Now, of course, then they can stay home, there's no room and board. The only difference is you get, I want to call it free books. The word free, you don't pay for your textbooks. They have to if they're distant. Now, because we have a rental system. Now, that is built into your fees, I assure you, okay? But it is much cheaper than actually buying textbooks. Because some of those college textbooks can run you $250 or more. Now, obviously, you go through Amazon and you can get cheaper, you can rent books. But no, they have to buy their books, you do not, which I assure you does save money, okay? We're a school that our enrollment has been pretty steady. I say that because a lot of universities have been hurting because of demographics. The big one is college enrollment, high school graduation. It's affected college enrollment because not as many babies were being born back 18, 20, 21 years ago. And that affects who obviously enrolls in college, at least residential. But our enrollment stayed pretty steady here. I think part of it is because of NC Promise. We don't have much turnover among our faculty. Most people stay. And I've been here 23 years. Most professors don't leave here. We tend to like it. We like the area. I lived in Kansas City and Dayton, Ohio, so I've lived in 2 big cities. I got tired of kind of doing that. I do like here. I do travel to Atlanta some, and Charlotte, and Asheville, Greenville, but I do like being in a smaller community. I will tell you, we are not a gigantic party school. We're a smaller university. Now that appeals to a lot of students. I say it, if you're looking for a big party school, there are those around. Big universities doesn't mean there aren't good things to do here. There are activities, but we're not known to be a big party school. We're more for the education. College of Business, I speak for. Obviously professors are required to do research here. I say that because we stay up to date on our disciplines, but our primary goal at a university like Western is teaching. That's what we're paid to do. So I don't mean to say we don't do research. I do quite a bit. But again, our number one thing we get compensated and graded on is our teaching excellence. And we take that very seriously. As I said, I spent 10 years in industry. A lot of our professors have a lot of good work experience. I don't be critical of Chapel Hill. It's a great university, considered one of the top public universities here in the South, but it's a research school. And you don't get tenure there unless you do a whole bunch of research in the top tier journals in your discipline. You get fired. Those professors don't spend a whole lot of time teaching and do research. That's not who we are here. So we're not trying to be Chapel Hill. We're not being critical. That's a great university. But it's a research school. We're not. We're a teaching university. And I say that because that's what our students love about us. You're going to see actual professors in the classroom instead of some doctoral student teaching all your classes, who may have made no preparation at all, hardly, because they're trying to get through their doctorate program. Well, that's what they got to do. Don't put as much time in, because that's what it is. So that's where we are. Again, beautiful area here. A lot of people love the mountains. It's one of the prettiest parts of the country I've been in. I've been in a lot of parts of the United States. Beautiful area, great area to live. Students love it here in terms of the beauty and so forth. And again, they love the fact that we take teaching very seriously. Now, I give you all that little background. Now I ask, what in the world do you want? I guess the question is, why'd you come here today? The question I always ask myself, why? Why are you here? Why? I know you came here for a reason. I think you just didn't stop off here in the middle of nowhere and say, I want to take a visit today. Why us? Now you may be looking at other universities. Why'd you want to come here? Why'd you want to visit Western? What about the College of Business you wanted? Why marketing?
Cost versus the
cost. I didn't see promise money, that $500. Well, I'll be blunt, that's a big deal. Okay. It is. I mean, I'll tell you now, and I might say, this is not wrong. I'd probably say 60% of the students who I asked, that was a major reason they came. Not some of the majors and whatever they're doing, but for families, that's a big deal. And getting one job price and tuition at an outside university, outside North Carolina, go online and see the cost. It's just mind-blowing. Like, you look at it, looks like Wake Forest or Duke, the private universities, what they are. Go out, North Carolina as a state has very good tuition, period. But when you have $500, that's a big deal. It really is, okay? And I'll give a lot of credit for that. What happened? I don't know how many of you know how we got that. We had one of our alumni who was held a major position in the state legislature. So he was retiring, but he wanted to help us. He got us as one of the, at that time, 3 schools, because 2 of the others had really low enrollment, they were hurting. And we were good, but he helped us and we were approved. And then the state legislature, that was the other thing. The second part, originally they didn't do this. They said, fine, we got it, you got to guarantee this money. You can't have students come here, oh, by the way, then we're not going to fund it. But they did that, that's in the legislation. And that's why I told you, you are funded. And there's nothing been said in the legislature Even though I know there's issues down there now, they can't decide on a budget. But there's nothing whatsoever that said they're gonna take the Cincy Promise money away. Once you come here, if they took it away, you're still guaranteed the 4 years. Future students may not get it, but again, there's been nothing whatsoever in the legislature that said they're gonna do that. I don't see that happening. It's just a thought. That would be very controversial for them to drop that, these 4 universities. Okay, what do you want to know about business? Why marketing? I mean, we got accounting. Oh, exciting. I gotta be careful. They're down here. Okay,
What are the best classes?
go right ahead.
Okay,
I'm waiting to get this one. Okay, I gotta be very careful in my answer here.
what are the best classes for students interested in going into business, not sure what specific area of business to go into?
Great question. Many students come here, I'll just say like business, why do not? Actually, the College of Business attracts a lot of students after they've been here. There's other areas of the university, we come and then they realize, what am I gonna do for a job? And then they go to business. Your first year is irrelevant, okay, because you're taking what we call it liberal studies. Liberal has nothing to do with it. This game anyway, it's general education. History, your science courses, and social communications. That's what you do your first year. Your second year, you take what we call general business courses. Again, nothing to do with the major. Major courses really don't come into play. For the most part, like the marketing, none of them come into play till you're junior. So there is no reason why you have to necessarily decide a major, period, until you start getting into your first year, and then you gotta start making some decisions. If you wanna go to business, then you need to start taking these business courses. In terms of major, it's really not much relevance to it until you get to be a junior. Your sophomore year, you need to think about it. One last thing I need to mention to you, I forgot. There's been some changes, so it's a little more difficult now. One of the great advantages of most of our business majors is you can get 2 majors in 4 years and not just say a 5th year. So let's say you want marketing is the most popular, the second major in the College of Business. And a lot of us do management, some do hospitality and tourism. The law has changed, not us, okay, that for financial aid, you must have completed the 1 major before the end of your by the end of your 4th year. It's not something to worry about now. The reason I say that, if you transfer a lot of classes in from a community college, or you take a lot of what we call general elective classes early on, use up those hours, you can't really finish it 4 years, or you're gonna get charged more money, or you can't do the financial aid. That's something I don't think most of you have to worry about. That's the reason you say that. You don't want to take a bunch of classes you don't need. Because the law has changed to where now they can go ahead and charge you, I say the law, the government, they don't have to give you financial aid. After that 4th year, it will go a second major, but unless you do it the right way. You work with us, we'll tell you how to do it. It's not going to affect many students, it really won't. But it has changed where they've gotten tougher about this financial aid. I don't know, we had nothing to do with this. This is politics, okay? The great point is you can't get 2 majors here in 4 years. So you can do major marketing, again, those are the 2 most popular combination. Accounting and finance are very popular, okay, they tend to go together. And again, I know we do sport management. We have a lot of students who also do marketing because they want to work for one of the sports teams. Those jobs are hard to get. They're very sought after. Everyone wants to go work for the Panthers, the Braves, or somebody. Yeah, everyone's standing in line, but it does help you when you get 2 different majors. And you do it in 4 years for the same money, yes.
So what's the process for internships and opportunities and that?
Some majors require it, some don't.
Okay.
Marketing does not require an internship. Hospitality and tourism and sport management require one. What you do is in marketing, a few of our students do internships. We work through the Career Center on ours. And that's to be approved. We have a professor who handles internships. I've handled them in the past. We have to be legitimate. Meaning, we don't want someone to have a part-time summer job and you want 3 hours of course credit. That's not an internship. Internship is where you really get experience in a business. So you have to go through and we approve it. Now, most of these we approve, but we want to be legitimate. We've had some in the past. When I was a department head that I rejected. They just weren't legitimate. You know, I won't say a major, but I got one that's just not, it wasn't legitimate. This was a part-time summer job. They wanted 3 hours of course credit. But no, you apply and you work through us. And generally, again, most of these are approved. But you want it to be legitimate where you're really going to learn something in your career. Did I answer your question? Okay, great question. Anything else you'd like to know from me?
What does the marketing program look like?
In marketing, there are 2 major areas where students work. One is sales. The other tends to be in what we call the social media aspect. Okay, now that doesn't mean you don't have other areas you can work in marketing. Okay, but if you really want to see that, those are the 2 areas where they do. My daughter graduated from East Tennessee State University. We said, why didn't she come here? We didn't have NC Promise back then. Or she may have went here. She got accepted in the honors college here. So, and she had a boyfriend who went there. And they broke up since she got to ET. But now she's happily married to someone who's a lot better. Thank you, we'll move on. Okay. He's a great guy, they live in Phoenix. And now she lives in Atlanta, but that's what happened. Started out, she works in social media. She handles the Chick-fil-A account. She got a nice promotion, and she's living in Phoenix. Her husband has a very well-paying job in construction management. Phoenix is growing, but she did that. She loves it. She works from home most of the time, in fact. That's what it is. So that's because she doesn't have to go in. So those are the 2 major areas. But we don't tend to go. Retailing is, I don't want to say dying, but it's obviously not what it used to be. Okay, with Amazon, even Walmart, everything's online, and retailing doesn't pay a lot of money. I'll be very blunt, they don't. It doesn't mean if you become a Walmart manager and move up, you get paid a lot of money. You work a lot of hours to start, and its pay's not great. So we don't really specialize in retailing, we just don't. We don't offer classes in retailing anymore. Yes?
I know the school's really good about getting hands-on experience with things. Will we get that kind of stuff going into marketing?
Yeah, let me give you an example, because I'm a sales guy, so I'm going to talk about the sales. Mm-hmm. I have taught the sales class, you do role plays. Mm-hmm. We don't just sit in front of them. I don't turn on this computer and lecture to you much. You read the book. Now, you're taking an accounting course, it's different. But to me, you're going to learn by hands-on. So I taught it last semester, and we did 3 role plays. Now I do sales management because of my experience. I was a manager in sales. I know a lot of people there. We actually do scenarios. A lot of these I've written myself from past history, and that's what we do during class. And I do discussions. So I don't lecture to you. I don't think you learn that way. If I did that, turn this on, I get quit. You're going to fall asleep. Now I'm not saying some people I don't do that. Marketing, we're hands-on. You do hands-on projects. In the College of Business, that's what we do a lot. Because again, we hire professors who have business experience. Yes.
So how's the marketing program evolving with the AI movement?
Oh, welcome to AI. I want to give you my opinion. We don't know what's going to be in 5 to 10 years. I read all this all the time. I know ChatGPT really well, Microsoft Copilot are the 2 big ones. They're incredible. Unbelievable. I don't know how much experience you have. What they'll do for you is mind-blowing. I'm going to give you a quick example. We had advising day last Tuesday. 2 of the professors and one during project management, they showed me a video. It was a film, all AI developed. This looked like an actual film that was shot. Every actor was AI generated. You couldn't tell they were AI generated. They looked like real people. Every single part of that film, those battle scenes, everything by an AI. At some point in Hollywood, all these scripts are going to be written by AIs. I'm not saying you're going to get rid. Our job's going to be eliminated by AI, absolutely. I asked my daughter about her jobs in social media. She goes, she feels pretty confident that's going to stay. Now, if you go into advertising, I guarantee you I can take ChatGPT and write me an advertising campaign. I can do it. And I'm not the expert in AI, but I can do it. There are going to be jobs eliminated. Sales, I'm sorry, you're not going to eliminate sales jobs. And AI, maybe it doesn't have, although, what is that? I called Walmart to complain about on the delivery. And right, the VA said, I want you to know I'm an AI. I couldn't tell the difference. unbelievable, have been programmed to answer most questions. We don't train you to be that telemarketer, but I'm saying to you, it's going to affect, I think CIS will affect. I've read something where even some major universities, some of the graduates are having problems in that area because AI is going to do that stuff, do all the coding. So you're asking me, I don't know for sure. I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as some people are saying, all these jobs are going to be gone. And I use the automobile industry. Look, 30, 40 years ago, there weren't robots making cars. They do now. Well, guess what? Our unemployment rate is still very low in this country. Jobs are going to shift from here to here. That's going to happen. Where? I don't know. Excellent question. I wish I could give you an answer. I can only read what you do. I don't think it's going to be as bad as it sounds, and I don't think marketing is going to be very affected by it. I do think, again, using advertising, I think that may affect some of those jobs. I really do. But I think for the most part, you just can't use an AI to do everything. I don't. But I'm not going to tell you, I don't know. I just use my daughter. She uses AI. She uses Microsoft Copilot. But I asked her when they laying off, she goes, no, we're not. I said, no, it's not affecting us. It's helping us, but we're not laying people off. No. Anything else, though?
So are you guys using that in your curriculum? Are you going to start implementing it? Like using
we
those tools?
Yes.
People come prepared when they come out.
Well, we use Microsoft Copilot. I like ChatGPT better. So we actually do use that. I'll be blunt, the biggest problem we're encountering right now is cheating. You can go to all these websites and get answers to everything. We have a program called Grammarly that will check for cheating. I use it. It will tell me if it's AI generated. But I'll be blunt, it's gotten to the point where it's getting difficult. Because I can sometimes read something that's right, no student didn't write this. Sorry, this was just almost too good. Not being critical of you, but I will tell you that's the biggest concern we have right now. They just simply put this into an AI and it spits out an answer for them. And some of these are darn good answers. Warning all of you. But I want to be honest. We love it. It's great. We do use it. We encourage students to use it, but not use it to cheat. Yes.
If you were starting over, earning your degree in business now, you personally, but knowing everything you know from 23 years of teaching, what major in business would you choose, or majors?
I originally started a doctorate program as a management major, University of Arkansas.
And you would still choose that now?
I'm a marketing professor. I have as many hours of management as I do marketing. I've taught management courses. I'm qualified to teach any management course. Okay, my research is more in management, organizational management, sales. So I love management and marketing both. But the reason I just wish the professors where I went in Arkansas were better in marketing than management. And I just wish I kept management as my minor, but given our already complete class, I graduated with as many hours of management as marketing. I would not make any changes at all. I would not, again, maybe I would go management versus marketing, and marketing as a minor. But those are the two areas I would choose. I'm someone, I can't sit at a desk long. I got to be out. I'm an extrovert. I'm not someone who's introverted whatsoever. Sometimes I do research, but I'm an outgoing person. I have a personality that I could not just sit behind a desk all day. I don't mean this in a negative way. I couldn't be a CIS or accounting major. I don't have the patience for that. You need it, it's important. I couldn't do that full time. And I love sales. So I would not make any change over the two areas I really where I specialize. Management marketing. No, would not. And all my degrees were business, all for undergraduates.
Do you have any specific advice for folks that are coming in as transfer students?
Depends how many hours you transfer.
So if someone's coming in with an AA.
That's not, here's the only problem is you can't really do the double major because that's 60 hours you're going to transfer. What we call all liberal study, gen ed is already counted. That's out. So the only difference is you can't do these 2 majors because you've used up your general elective hours. Otherwise, you can go right to your major at that point and it's not an issue. So if you come in with the A degree, and a lot are doing that, it's actually very smart in many ways. Okay? But I started at community college as an undergrad student many years ago. I did. It just expanded. I stayed home at a point. That's the only difference is you go right to your major, but you only have the 1 major, unless you want to stay that additional semester a year. Otherwise, no. And we do great in our advising center, registrar's office doing that. The only thing I will tell you, in business, we do like it require accounting at the sophomore level, CIS, economics. It means you don't have any real free hours. Those last 60 hours, you're going to use all up. Well, you can still graduate in 4 years. But you then have to work with your professors to make sure your schedule's set up correctly. And we do that. It won't be a problem. Great questions you had for me. Any of the younger people have a question? I told you, I've done this so many years. It's always the parents usually. And believe me, when I went through this with my daughter, guess what? Okay, being a professor, I tend to know quite a few questions to ask. But anyway, what else? Anything about, yes?
What kind of class size and atmosphere would you find going into?
Okay, this is where you go online. It's a 16:1 to 17:1 ratio. Well, not in the College of Business. This room I teach in, I have a full class. Usually we have 48 students. Now in our sales classes, we cut it down to 36 because of the role plays. But I'll be very honest about it, we fill our classes. We have waiting lists in some cases. The business class is filled. So, and again, I used to teach upstairs in the room now, and I like this one better. I used to teach negotiations for 22 years, and I don't do that now. After 22 years, I took a break. We used to have table rooms, and we did. Someone asked me, do we have hands-on? All thing we did was hands-on negotiations. I lectured some, but we did. So we do it here, but I actually began the semester at 48 students, and we always have some students who drop. 3 or 4 drop, that just happens. No, this room is full. So I will tell you in business, we are full. That's the popularity. I'm not bragging, that's just a fact. Other majors across campus, you're gonna have many fewer students. Business fills. So yeah, we go online, I'm at 17:1. Every university brags about it. They don't tell you that little asterisk. Depends on the major. But no, we fill about 48. This room is pretty much full. Okay, but that's just how it is. Yes?
Why is this business program better than a business program you would find at a different university?
I think it's because our professors, one, I told you, have all this business experience. We don't tend to hire people right out of a doctorate program. We don't hire some young person who's 26 years old, has never worked a job in his or her life. And that they do that. They go straight through and get their MAD, PhD, and so forth. We don't do that. Now, I'm not saying we don't have some people who don't have a lot of work experience, but we tend to hire people who actually have work experience. We got someone who's going to be teaching, of course, she's coming back full time. She was a lot online. They own a business. Her husband, very successful, but she wants to go back and teach full time. She's owned a business for 20 years. Very successful business. She doesn't need the money. That's what we hire. You come here, that's what you get. We don't want to hire some kid who, and I'm sorry, we don't know what the hell they're doing. They want to teach you marketing, but have never worked a job in marketing. I guarantee you walk out PhD programs, that happens. They don't have worked, a lot of them. We don't do that. We don't want those people. They may be great doing research. They're not fit, they're not who we want here. Again, I want to be careful. It doesn't mean we don't hire some young, we got some great, our people we tend to look for when we hire, because I've been on a lot of search committees, we want people with business experience. Because that's how you learn. What really goes on there, not in a textbook. Did I answer your question? That's what you're going to do. I'll brag about that. I haven't been here and haven't been in 10 years in industry. Other great questions for me. Anything you want to know? Have I answered your questions though? Yes. I don't try to give you BS. I just tell you what it is. Especially when you've been in sales, no successful salesperson lies. There are people in sales who sadly have bad reputations. But if you're a professional salesperson, you don't get away with that for real long. Because buyers sees right through that. You tell the truth and you sell the product and they don't need it, you move on. You don't succeed that way by being unethical. And we teach a lot of ethics in my classes. I believe in that. Okay, I believe that. It's a very, very important aspect of life. Ethics. Okay? Yes, yes.
Like the path that your daughter took for working for Chick-fil-A, what she does.
Okay,
like,
she first started out in some sales jobs.
Okay.
And there was some BS stuff there.
What was her like majors?
Her double major was management, only assuming marketing and finance.
Okay.
And quite frankly, she did not enjoy the finance classes at ETSU. One professor she hated. She said the guy was just awful. Okay, here's what he said later. But she then got to know like marketing better. She went for another company that so they're smaller ones. They sell grills, barbecue grills, and all this. And she did very well there. But she had actually applied for this job. I can't remember the company, I tell you. But she didn't have enough experience at that time. They wanted 3 years experience, and she applied. When she applied, she had one. She didn't get hired, but then she actually knew someone, and they, given that she had worked longer, they brought her back in and said yes, and they made this offer, and that was the reason. She just didn't have enough experience. But I'll be honest, she worked one sale. That was it. That was just they kind of just lied a lot of things. Okay, and then she worked for a social media company with a grill. She actually traveled quite a bit, but they're a small firm, and then she wanted because she got this other company that. And it's been great. I think she'll stay there her whole career. Now, as she gets promoted, there should be opportunities to go to other companies. But she loves what she's doing. So she may leave only because there'll be opportunities that will be incredible. Let me be honest about it. You're now handling the Chick-fil-A account. It's kind of a big deal. Okay, she's got other two people working under her. But she originally started as this one. And then she now moved up. She hopes to move up more. But that's how she did it. So she had a bad job to start. I won't lie to you. It was a horrible job. She stayed there and realized that they lied to her a lot about what was going to happen. But she did the grill job for several years, and now she's worked this company, I think, 3 years. Very happy. Okay, other things. Yes?
What's your percent placement after graduation?
Well, it depends if they want to spend the summer going out partying or they want to start working. And I mean, it's time to go have some fun. Most of our students, they get jobs, if not before they graduate, within 2 or 3 months. It depends what they want. If they're trying to go way up here, they're going to take longer to get some of the job. I'll be honest about it. We don't put students at Procter & Gamble, for example. P&Gs, I know people work there. Generally, they want someone with a master's degree from what we call R1 major university to start. You want to work in brand management at P&G, you better have a degree from Duke or Chapel Hill. Now, could our people get on there? Yes, eventually. They don't. So we got students who sometimes try to seek those jobs or go with one of the major pharmaceutical companies. No, they only tend to hire at the major universities in the country. And they're going to wait longer because they did think and it rarely doesn't happen. But generally within 2 or 3 months, if not sooner, they'll have to wait. A lot of our students are employed when they leave here, if they want that. Well, to be honest, some want to spend some time off. And they'll spend the summer, if they graduate in the spring, doing something. But generally, we have a very high placement rate, if that's what they want, knowing that they may not be able to start here or down here. If they're realistic, they do well. And we help them. For example, I help students write resumes. And by the way, you can go online now and have resumes, the best things you ever have. I used to write resumes for people in the industry. So I tell any student, give me your resume, I'll rewrite it. I can't interview for you, but I can write that resume and get you in the door. Yes?
Have you seen any areas in the last, say, year or two, I would say in the career field, such as like healthcare or tourism or anything like that, growing faster in the marketing aspect?
You made two of the ones that are growing the fastest. Let me give you the hospitality tourism. I want to be careful. They don't tend to start and get a whole lot of money. It tends to be lower paying. I'll just be honest. We have a great major here, but I'll be honest about it. There obviously this whole area is tourism. There are incredible jobs in that field, but you don't tend to start. For example, again, I'm in the sales. you're gonna start more money in that area. If you're successful in sales, quite a bit more money. But there's a lot of opportunities in tourism because it's such a growing area. Healthcare, what can I say now? If you're in nursing, we have an incredible nursing program here. I think it's only 27 students we graduate every year because we can't take any more because of our facilities. 3.7 GPA to get accepted. You come in, but to actually then get accepted to the nursing program in a few years, 3.7 is the average GPA. So a lot of them don't even make it to there. But the field is incredible. Yeah, jobs in that field are incredible. So I'm just using that, and I'll say that because it's not business. If you want to go into nursing, they cannot begin to even come close to filling those positions. And because of people like me who are older, the healthcare field for everyone is just booming. Yeah, it's huge.
But were you asking what industries were growing in terms of marketing and sales?
Yeah, like marketing and sales aspects.
Yeah, so like what industries are you
Well,
seeing?
but I'm saying to you, those two
Marketing and
industries,
sales?
I've got to be careful. Because let's say hospitality and tourism. We have students in marketing who go there. Now, because I say, I told about social media sales to the biggest, doesn't mean you can't go work in hospitality and tourism. That's a big field. And people who graduate marketing may choose to go work in there. Because I'll guarantee you, one of our most successful graduates who I know graduated quite a few years ago, he's in charge of one of the country clubs in North Carolina. I won't say which one. He was a marketing major. He does really well. And he had to work his way up. But I guarantee he told me every day almost, I still talk to him quite a bit, he has to understand marketing.
I was asking, I work for Oracle in the health division, so I was curious to see because we're seeing a lot of new marketing grads come in, especially in the sales division.
The key in marketing, because of the fact that you're going to be successful, especially in the sales area, you got to have a certain personality. And there's always jobs there, and it's growing tremendously. So if you can do that, and you have to be more outgoing, the field is wide open. It doesn't mean you can't, that's why I say to you, hospitality tourism is, if you go into healthcare, administration, there are jobs there. It doesn't mean they don't hire in other areas of business. But I'll tell you that I call it H&T, hospitality tourism, that is wide open for people in marketing. Because I guarantee you, people who join the country clubs and go there have a lot of money, and you better know how to have great customer satisfaction. And I've been, because I used to play golf sometimes up in Cashier. I don't own a home there, I want to make that very clear. Okay, the reason, because we had students who worked on internships, and they could let me come on after 2 o'clock for free. Okay, and I actually got to play Wade Hampton a couple of times. The country club that wouldn't let Michael Jordan on. One, because he just showed up, I heard. Okay. But the last day of the season, they let all the employees play and invite one person. Woo! Okay, and I got to play it a couple of times. But I guarantee you, customer satisfaction is the key. Because the money it costs to be there at some of these clubs, you better do it. And we teach you that how to do it marketing. So we have students who do both majors, they combine. And we have H&T majors who do marketing as a minor or second major because they need that. Again, obviously, if you look at healthcare, if you look at computer, those areas that are growing like that, there are a lot. And I still say, someone asked about AI, I guarantee you, there are people who sell AI programs. So yeah, their jobs that AI may eliminate, they're not going to eliminate the people who are going to go to business and get to use them. Someone came here and told us to use Microsoft Copilot. Someone from Microsoft. And yes, we have it. We paid the license to do it. Someone sold us on it. Here's an example. And I guarantee everybody's going to do that. AI is going to be in there. It has to be. How much time do I have? Are you going to shut up or what? Just go ahead and tell me. I'm used to this.
30 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's what I asked. You're looking at me. Just, you know.
Oh, no, I'm just listening. I just don't want to sit there and watch TikTok.
Okay. You have had actually some more questions I usually get. Okay. They've been great questions.
And if you all have any questions about like student life, I can help answer that too.
I will not go there. I have someone there. Okay, yeah.
So I have one. So speaking of AI, how are you incorporating that into how you educate and how?
Well, I'm going to use a couple examples again. I'm going to tell my own classroom, my teaching. I use ChatGPT more than Copilot. And I actually have had them develop some great scenarios for me to use in class. Now, I will give them an idea, okay? I've been blown away with some of the ideas they've given me, and then I revise them, because I'm not gonna use everything they just give me. What we do though is we actually literally in some of our projects, here's it, I wanna make it clear. We'll go back to the cheating. We will not tolerate any student going in there and using that to write the whole answer. That's cheating. We do encourage you to use it though, for help. We encourage you to use Grammarly for proofreading. And I think Word is just as good as Grammarly, okay? Look, we emphasize, but we pay for the Grammarly program. You don't have to buy it. We have it for you. Okay? And I want to tell you, I don't know how many of you ever used Grammarly. It's incredible. It will proofread your writing. Unbelievable what it does. Now, Word also is very good. Again, it's all given to you. So we're using those programs in terms of how we teach, when we do these projects. We encourage students to use these. So again, Copilot is what we actually have our own. So we don't support ChatGTP. I have my own program. So I admit to you, I have to pay $20 or $25 a month to use Chat. But Copilot is all free and all the students get it automatically. And we ask you to go use it. It's all there for you for free. Grammarly's for free. So we have all that. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to get you to use it because you're going to use it when you leave here. And I will tell you, I'm huge on grammar. I cannot stand poorly written papers. I don't tolerate that. So I'm a business, but I was very, very good when I took standardized tests. I scored very high on the grammar part because that's what I learned to do when I was in high school. It's a lot different back in those days. And I won't tolerate it. And I use my word, crap turned into me. You leave here, you give that to a business, and you have a poorly written report, they'll fire you, get rid of you, and get someone else. I demand they use these programs to proofread their papers. I won't tolerate it, or I give them a 0. Because you got Word will do it all for you, and Grammarly. And there's others too. Those are the two big ones. Use it. I demand, it's in my syllabus, they use it. And I'll tell you, if you have one or two grammatical mistakes, points come on. Because you should not ever do it, because it's there for you. So we use that. And again, we pay for Grammarly so you don't have to buy it yourself. It's all there for you. Anything else? Now, would you like to hear about student? Now, I tell you what, all these stuff, oh yes. So now you want me to leave the room and hear about the student life, right?
Yes.
All right, well, you could have told me to shut up earlier, but go ahead.
So obviously I went to a different university. I'm her sister. Went to East Carolina.
ECU?
Yep.
ECU.
So obviously party life and stuff is a little bit different there.
Yes.
Everybody knows. What is like the atmosphere here?
So we do have frats and sororities. We don't really have clubbing here like ECU does. We don't have any clubs.
Yeah.
We have one bar, and you have to be 21 to get in or to drink there. So you know, if you bring in alcohol and you're not 21, they will take it away from you. So don't do that. We do like there are of course like fraternities that throw stuff like that, but no clubbing, nothing like that unless you want to go to Asheville. That's really it. Frat parties is just about it. But if you want to go, you can go. If you don't want to go, there are other activities you can do on campus. Our university center, they're always like doing some kind of like events that's going on. So if you don't like going out, you don't have to go out. They've done like this one event, it's called like Yeehaw or something, where you like learn how to like line dance, and there's actually like a mechanical bull that they just bring it, and you get to do that, which is kind of weird but kind of cool at the same time. So there's other things you can do. I mean, you don't have to go out at all if you don't want to. You just make friends. I mean, you can just hang out with your friends at night, play games. A lot of the residence halls that we have do have like pool tables, ping pong tables, things like that. So you can go and do that when you hang out with your friends. Anything like that. Sorority and fraternity life are not like the biggest thing at our school. We're not like Bama or anything like that. I think we have a good 4 or 5 sororities and maybe like 8 fraternities. So nothing crazy. It takes up, I think, 20% of campus, so it's nothing crazy. So you pretty much get to pick what you want to do. Truly, it looks like we don't have a lot going on around here because we do live a little bit in the middle of nowhere, but you always find things to do as long as you like make connections with people. You can just hang out with friends. You can go out if you want to go out, and there's just some fun stuff. But it's definitely not like you see. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not you see.
I'll make a quick comment. My daughter was a sorority at ETSU AOPI. I'm okay. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha. I think it's probably less than 20%. Okay, but I'll just make this comment: Greek life can be great, it can be horrible. You simply have to. You can't think it's just nothing but a party life. If you do, you're not going to stay in this university. I was their advisor actually for 10 years in Case, and we kicked some guys out. It's great, you get to know people, but it's not for everyone. But the sorority, it is active if you're there. I think the sororities, I just give you an example, I think their average GP is around 3 points for the sororities. The guys are a little less. I think they're about, yeah, they are, I'll tell you. I think they're about 2.7, I think, the average, last I checked for the fraternity. The average for the university is about 2.8. I'll say that I didn't mean to get out and meet people. If I do one thing to tell you now, there's a lot to do if you're willing to go and do it. Get out of your dorm room and go talk to people. If you're in your dorm, go meet someone down the hall, go talk to them. There's a lot to do if you go do it. Like I said, yeah, I think you could do that. And then there's this one bar, I guess.
Yeah. Literally just kind of about Jackson. They just built that like 2-3 years ago.
They come and go on these bars. Because the reason we have law students who tend to go on, live on weekends, and they don't have enough to stay open.
Yeah.
And summer's just a dead here. You know, so, but basically, there is stuff to do, but get out and do it.
Yeah.
Meet people.
It's really like, I have a busy schedule. Not everyone has my schedule. I do have a double major and a minor. I was working 2 jobs. I was in a sorority. I was on the club volleyball team. So I had a lot going on, but like, I also have time to hang out with my friends as well, just because I've gone out and like, I've made friends at this job that I have, where now I've made like some of my best friends. I've also made really close friends from being on the club volleyball team. And if you join like a club here at school, maybe sometimes there's traveling. So that might be something on the weekends that you do. I know for my club volleyball, we go to tournaments and like we play against other schools. Like we go to App State. We've actually gone to ECU. Jax, President, my sister. And then like we travel on the weekends sometimes. There's also just like so many random things that we have here that you can just do on the weekends. And also, our University Center also does this thing where they will take you to like Atlanta sometimes, maybe to like go see a play or like watch a baseball game or something like that. And sometimes it's either free for the student or it's a couple dollars. So it's super nice. Also on the weekends, our University Center, we do have a movie theater in there, which is super cool. It fits around like 100 or so students, and it's not just like movies that are at like the bottom of like your Amazon Prime that like, you don't want to watch ever in your life. It's like movies that are in movie purgatory. So that just means they were in the theaters, they just got out and they're not on streaming services yet. So we've seen like all of the Avengers movies, the Taylor Swift movie I think that came out, like all the movies that like just came out of theaters that you really wanted to watch, you can go watch in our theater, and it's free for students. It's called The Cheapest Date on Campus.
By the way, I missed the Taylor Swift movie, I'm sorry. I didn't quite get in there, but they have movies for every type of people.
They do, and it's usually on like Monday nights and Friday nights and Saturday nights. So it's like, it's 2 different nights, so like, and there's multiple times as well. So you can go either earlier or like later at night if you just want to like figure out something. You also get free popcorn and a free drink. That's what I'm saying. Cheapest date on campus.
Other questions? Be glad to answer anything.
What kind of clubs and organizations are in the school business?
Most of them. We do not have a marketing club right now, Bill, but we tried. We couldn't get enough students to keep it going. It's all about leadership. You have people who are very strong, but then they graduate, no one steps up. It's a lot of work. We do have a lot of the other majors. I can't tell you exactly how many. I know H&T has one, county has one. I wish I could tell you. Pardon?
Finance
has one.
I think there's maybe management.
I know why we don't mark because we just couldn't keep it going. I mean, it's sad, but students have to be willing to put the time in, and it can be time consuming. It was sponsored by American Marketing Association, and I mean, there's a lot of work. Professors and students have to do it. There are various ones, but I will tell you, marketing does not have. And I don't see us bringing it back because of this. We didn't have enough students willing to do it, put the time in.
Yeah, there's a lot of other clubs that you can do. And like, even if it's just like I was treasurer for my club volleyball team, and I have a marketing major and a management major, so I kind of helped do their marketing part of the club volleyball team, where I helped run their Instagram a little bit and create flyers for all the like fundraisers that we did. So that looks really nice on my resume. And even though I am marketing management, I've been treasurer for 2 different things, which I don't know why. I'm not accounting, but they keep asking me to be treasurer. Don't know why. But like, that looks really good on my resume. So like, you just like find things to do. Like you can always try your best to be on exec for multiple different clubs and organizations, and you can make it kind of fit into your major still to make it look nice on your resume.
The other thing is that we have a lot of intramural sports if you want to do that. You do not, the Greeks always have all their teams, I'll tell you that. You don't have to belong to every organization to play. Years ago, we used to have a rugby team here that was actually, many years ago, they won the championship.
Our rugby team is actually really good. They actually play against App State and stuff. Like they're
I know one time they actually won whatever it was. Again, it's not, there's no scholarships, they just did, and they won.
Will there be a booth for the intramural sports on when we go to the outside part, do you know?
I don't believe there is. There might, I don't even think there was a booth this morning. If you have questions about it, I can try my best to help answer. Or you can walk into our rec center and you can talk to people at the front desk. They might be able to talk a little bit more to you about the rec center, about like intramural and club sports. We do have around over 20 or so club sports and even more intramural. Club sports, is pretty much like you're traveling to places, and sometimes you have a coach, sometimes you don't. You're sometimes also paying like fees to be on that team because you have like a jersey, you're getting shirts and stuff like that. And then intramural is like you and your friends just decide, hey, we're gonna play once a week this sport, and you're just there for fun. I've done both. I am still on the club volleyball team, so I pay dues for that. I go and travel on the weekends sometimes. I have practices every 2 times a week, stuff like that. We don't have a coach, but we do have like president, vice president, treasurer, things like that. And then I've also done volleyball like intramural, and because I'm with like 3 other girls in my club volleyball team, we get a free shirt every semester. If you win intramurals, you get a free shirt, and that's the only thing that keeps me going. So I do indeed play indoor volleyball and sand, so I sometimes get 2 free shirts.
Actually, I encourage you to go see our fitness center. We had new equipment over there.
Oh, we do, yeah.
And I will tell you, first building is 2008. There are new equipment over there. Whereas a university like us is a great fitness center. There's a lot of people, a lot of students who use it. But I'm going to tell you now, it really is a very good one given the size of our university. Take it, just walk over and look at it. It's right by the UC Center, so I can go over there. It's very popular, very nice.
Yeah, and you can walk in. We have as soon as you walk in, we have this really big rock wall that you can climb up. No, not today. But you can climb up it when you're a student and you are able to go in there actually. And then like at the top, there's a glass like dome up there. So if you reach the top, you can see like all the buildings. It's super cool. I have not tried it because I'm not doing that. But there's certain hours that you can just do the rock wall if you want. There's the first floor is like a bunch of weights and treadmills and things like that. And then there's also lockers. There's 2 basketball courts all the way at the end, which is super nice. Also, in our rec center, we have this thing called, I always forget the name of it, but it's like, not Camp Foley, it might be Camp Foley, where you actually, because we live in such like a beautiful like outdoorsy area, you're able to sometimes like rent things, like you can rent a bike, you can rent maybe a hammock or like sleeping bag or even like tents to go camping with your friends. You might be able to rent like a paddle board. Sometimes it's free, sometimes it might cost a little bit, but they also try doing trips as well. They've done like skiing trips that you can go on. There's also skiing, also just kind of cool. I did take a whitewater kayaking class, and I did have a lot of out of boat experiences. And I had a blast.
You have another question?
Yeah, I meant to ask this one about marketing. Do you recommend going abroad, bringing up especially if you're doing hospitality and tourism?
We don't have a lot of students who go abroad for the simple reason it's expensive. And many of our students here don't have the money, they may have to work a summer job. So we do encourage it if you want to have international experience. It's a big deal. But again, I'll be honest, many of them who come here need the summer to work to earn some extra spending money. So we highly encourage it. We don't have many do it for that reason. Right? Just because you kind of forego your summer money and you got to pay for, go over there. So for that reason, it's limited. I highly encourage it. We don't have many. Okay, for that reason. Other questions? We have a few more minutes here before you all have to go eat. And by the way, we do have these new dorms. Beautiful new dorms. Believe me, the old ones. They're nice. Okay. Fitness center, the honors college in there was built. I've been to there. It's very nice. You got our fitness center, brown cafeteria with remodeled. Another place. Wow, it's nice over there. This campus is so much different than when I first came 23 years ago. Actually, the whole center campus is all different. It's all different than when I came. Anything else? I'll be glad. We got a few more minutes if you want. Thank you for coming. I hope you seriously consider coming here. I think you'd enjoy it if you did. Send us any information. We'll try to answer it further.
Before we go into the dorms, I'd like to note that the quality does get progressively worse. Or not progressively, it just gets worse. I tried to do my best while editing to make it better, but it's a little blurry, so bear with me.
So about the bathrooms that I said you will be sharing with only one person no matter what, right? So this sounds perfect, right? I promise you it's not perfect. Since you don't have a communal bathroom, you guys have to clean it. Like the staff does not clean for you. If you have a communal bathroom somewhere else, then the staff will clean for you. All right, any questions about the residence hall at all? No? You wanna add anything? Yep. All right, so I guess you guys are good to go inside. Now they're gonna tell you about the Honors College program itself.
Sorry. That's pretty. I love your hair. Or do you want to sit like this? Sure. Sit here. Okay, I'll stand behind. You sit this way. There we go.
All right, so this is Balsam, as I talked about earlier. This is the home of the Honors College. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about the Honors College itself. It's just a way to kind of set yourself apart from your classmates when you're graduating and applying for either grad school or jobs. So there are a lot of benefits of being in honors. First off, when you graduate, you get like a master's size diploma for your bachelor's. It's really cool if you're going to grad school because then your diplomas will be symmetrical. Even if you're not going to grad school, who doesn't love a really big diploma? You also get a medallion with your graduation as well, and your name will be called first at graduation. So you guys can go. Students don't have to stay there the whole time, but parents, after your kid's name is called, you guys can go get lunch or get a drink or something, which is always nice. How to get in Honors College out of high school. There are 5 requirements. If you meet 1, you will be considered for the Honors College, and if you meet 2, then you're automatically accepted. And those are a certain weighted or unweighted GPA, SAT or ACT, and if you're in the top 10% of your class. Specific numbers change every year just based on incoming class, but the exact numbers are on the website. And then even if you don't get in it after if you don't get in it out of high school, after your first semester here, then all of your college or all of your high school stuff is wiped, and they're just gonna look at your college stuff starting from your first semester. Anyone have any questions about that stuff? All right, so once you're in the Honors College, how do you stay in it? Well, you have to maintain a GPA of 3.3 as a freshman, 3.4 as a sophomore, 3.5 as a junior and senior, and you have to do at least 3 honors credits every semester until you get to a total of 27. Those honors credits are either going to be like an honors course, which is just like your core classes, your math, your science, your history that are honors designated, so just people in that course are honors students. Once you get higher up in your major, they're not going to have those anymore, so you've got to do an honors contract, which is an agreement between you and your professor that if I do this, I can get honors credit for the class. Usually it's something like a paper, but it really can be as creative as you and your professor want. Like in the past, I have taken the stuff we've done in class and presented it at a research conference. and then done a presentation for class. And some last benefits that I didn't mention earlier, the Honors College are you get like an honors only advisors with another kind of support system if you need it. There's a lot of leadership opportunities as well as there's a lot of like honors only organizations. And there's some honors only scholarships as well, if there's more extra money. And then you also get priority registration, which is really good for those classes that fill up really quickly. You will register a day before anyone else in your grade. Anybody have any questions?
Is this freshman through senior dorm?
Yes.
Okay.
Does getting into like an honors college, does graduating with an AA have anything to do or affect anything having to do with getting into honors?
So you mean graduating with associates before you come here?
Yes.
So if you graduate with associates, like if you dual enroll or if you are transferring from another university and you've been there for 2 years, it will change how your honors work specifically. So especially if it's within the state of North Carolina and you did an honors program at that institution, sometimes they'll transfer some of those credits and then you'll do some credits here. If you didn't do honors at the previous institution, obviously you can't get to the same level of credit hours that everyone else can because you're not here for a full 4 years. You're only here for 2, finishing your degree. And so in those 2 years, you'll have to reapply. So they won't reach out to you individually as a transfer student. You will have to reach out to them and be like, hey, I'm a transfer student. I would like to apply to the Honors College. And then they normally do it case-by-case basis for transfer students. So depending on your specific situation, they will build you an honors portfolio that will give you that honors graduation that you want to get to.
Who do we talk to for that?
The Brinson Honors College. So
okay.
brinsonhonorscollege.wcu.edu.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What would be a competitive GPA as a transfer student coming into that?
I have no idea.
Cool. Definitely, like high 3s. I do know like after your first semester here, you need a 3.5 to be able to apply. So something in that range or higher would be good.
Yeah, because you need at least a 3.5 to graduate here as an honors student. So along with the honors credit hour requirements, you have a GPA requirement that changes each year. So I'm pretty sure freshman year it's 3.3, sophomore year it's 3.4, and then by your junior and senior year you have to have a 3.5 to be able to graduate still with that honors. Any other questions? All right, cool. You guys can follow me and we'll go see what that showroom looks like.
That's smart. Yeah, and us. Just, you can never tell if it's still recording. Thank you.
To get in the store, like they said, you have to be in an honors college, or on the other side, you can bring in a roommate. So only one person has to be in the honors college. Anyway, it comes with everything wooden. So in the single, you're gonna have the one bed, the desk, the dresser, and everything is movable. So you can loft this however much you want. The doubles are a little bit wider, and it'll come with 2 of everything. Some amenities that come in the dorm is each room is individually air conditioned, so you and your roommate, or you can control the temperature of it. There's 7 different kitchens in this dorm, multiple different study lounges, laundry rooms, and vending machine rooms.
7 kitchens cook for you, I assume? Like dinners?
Yeah, so there's like a whole, they have some kitchen stuff in there, and then they have like an
oven. Right after the evening, you have to leave?
No, you can just use it whenever you want. Yeah, and then there's like a really long list of things you can and can't bring into the dorm. People bring fridges, microwaves. Some things you can't bring is like a coffee maker with a hot plate, but that's the QR code has a way more extensive list of that. If you want to scan it. Also brings you to a link that has information about all the other residence halls on campus. Any questions about any of this? No? Pretty straightforward. Awesome. Well, if you guys want to like circle in or take a better look. Yeah, so the rocks are going to be what the other ones you can see today. It's only doubles and there's communal bathrooms. This dorm has Jack and Jill style bathroom.
or if you have a roommate and you're in a double, it's just you and your roommate using the same bathroom. The one that we're in right now. Yeah, so that's where that is.
So the other side of that door would be another male.
Yeah, is a bathroom, so it'd be another person of the same gender.
But it would have to be, gotcha, same gender.
Yeah, and then so the singles have the Jack and Jill, but if you're in a double, it'll just be you and your roommate.
Right.
Yeah, in the bathroom.
If you're a double, it's not a joint.
No, it's not.
How much extra is a single room?
I'm not exactly sure, but it'll say on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, it is double. I don't want to say quite a bit more, but it is an extra expense.
Can we say the reference?
Unfortunately not, because there is someone who lives on the other side. Yeah. It is nice though, it's just, there's not a single.
It's just the
Yeah, there you go.
You get your own AC control.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's really nice. I'm just imagining with the scooter down this house.
Does this have AC?
They still had to pick you whether you know what I mean, to be in. I mean, I don't think it has to be the dorm. I think it just has to be in the honors program. I guess if you have two of those things, you're automatically in.
All right, which way we're going now?
Back out to front, yeah.
If you guys have more questions, we are here to answer them. If not, you're free to leave.
Do we have more questions?
Last time they showed us that.
Let me check the dock real quick. Do we like pull over your ears?
We don't have like a door for it. It's the exact same.
Just check.
See anything else in here?
We're checking the dock to see if we have questions that we missed. Oh, we should ask about the kitchen.
Double room in there.
We should ask about the kitchens. Well, he said we can go in the glass. Come here. Hi. What can you tell us about like the kitchens and whatnot?
Oh, look for yourself.
Okay then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's pick a kitchen. Leah, are you seeing this? Microwave. Fridge.
Kitchen in here.
Feel free to take a seat wherever you like.
How many kitchens are there?
There's going to be at least one on the
Oh, it comes with like.
Okay. And then there's a few laundry rooms as well.
laundry rooms on
Okay. Thank you.
Feel free to take a seat.
I wonder if you can put stuff like in the freezer and stuff if you wanted to.
You probably have to label it.
Yeah.
Much. I don't trust people. Put a lock on it.
Say you got something from the store that day that you were going to eat that night.
Yeah.
That would probably be.
They also have mini fridges. You can have them in your dorms.
True.
Yeah. So if you don't trust people with your food.
Sharing a bathroom with the same day.
Where are we gonna head now?
Okay.
Yeah, bookstore and then we can eat. What time is it? I don't know. Let me check. Look. Josie went to forensics, and I went to marketing. Josie, what are you feeling? Hungry. Okay. She's coming.
Leah, that's
Golden, how do you feel about being at Western? Okay. Okay.
What's Leah's dorm?
No. Okay,
We have to lock her up if she starts getting more too bad.
Yeah.
The cafeteria was jam-packed. I mean, last time we didn't really have to look for a seat. This time we had to look for a place to sit. But they had all kinds of cuisines, and they just told us, go ahead, get whatever you want, as much as you want of it. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay, we get panda and whatever this is, and then we can get this salad, you know. And I got mango juice. Yes. What you get, Josie?
Same thing. By Wawa.
And that down.
Bye.